Kidzone, hope you're okay. I wanted to talk to you today about someone in the Bible called Timothy. Now, before we talk about Timothy, I want to just talk to you about a little game called Chinese Whispers. Has anyone heard of that game? It's where you're here and there's someone next to you and you whisper to them a little word and they have to whisper to it, the next person and the next person and the next person. And eventually it all gets really muddled up, and normally the person at the end says something a little different to the person at the beginning. And that's a bit like what happened with Timothy. There's a guy called Paul in the Bible who was talking to these people in Ephesus where Timothy needed to go. And he was talking to them about God and how amazing he is. And Paul left. And after a while they talked to it amongst themselves. And eventually started to get it wrong, a bit like in Chinese Whispers. And so Paul sent Timothy over to talk to them. And now Timothy he doesn't know it all. Timothy is not the brightest guy and he's not the person that you'd expect to send, but Paul sends him anyway. And he sends him out with a letter that Paul wrote to help him, because even though Timothy's going just by himself, he's taking Paul with him because he's got him with his letter. And Timothy goes over and explains how good God is and how we can worship him, because at the minute the people, they've been getting it all wrong and that's not what we want. And so Timothy has become a young leader because he's stepped up and he's gone, yeah, I can come and I can do that, even if he's got a little bit of help with the people around him. So how can we be young leaders? Maybe you could help around at the house or get involved with things at church, and you can show you want to be a young leader by being responsible and wanting to be enthusiastic about the things that are happening. I just want to read a little Bible verse, which is from 1 Timothy 4, verse 12. It says, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, conduct, in love, faith and purity." And it's saying that even though we might not be as big as other people, or we might not know it all, that because we know Jesus and that we know God, we can be an example to people around us in what we say, in what we do, because we know that we're doing it for the right reasons and that we want to honour God and we want to be more like him. So I hope that that's just encouraged you, and that over this next week that you have a really good time. Thanks Kidzone, see you soon.